Hey there, and welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving into Your Money or Your Life by Vicki and Joe Dominguez, a book that could completely change the way you think about money. This isn't just another personal finance book. It's about transforming your relationship with money so you can live a life that's truly fulfilling and aligned with your values. Instead of focusing solely on how to budget or invest, Your Money or Your Life digs deep into the psychological and emotional aspects of money. Why we earn it, how we spend it, and what we're really getting in return. So why is this book so important? Well, we all know that money plays a huge role in our lives. But sometimes it feels like we're stuck in a cycle, earning, spending, saving, and yet never quite feeling satisfied. If you've ever wondered if you're really getting the most out of life, if your finances are truly supporting your goals and dreams, then this book has answers for you. In a world where we're constantly bombarded with messages to buy more, earn more, and keep up with others, Your Money or Your Life offers a refreshing perspective. By the end of this video, you'll have a whole new perspective on how money fits into your life. We're going to explore how you can find balance, achieve financial independence, and, most importantly, redefine the meaning of enough in your life. So, if you're ready to break free from the financial rat race and take control of your life and money, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Let's start with one of the most powerful ideas in Your Money or Your Life, the concept of enough. What exactly does enough mean when it comes to money? This is a concept that asks you to find the point where you have what you need to live comfortably and stop constantly chasing after more. In a culture that often equates success with accumulating wealth and material goods, this idea of enough can be life-changing. Think about money as food. You need food to nourish you and give you energy, just like you need money to meet your basic needs and create comfort in your life. But what happens when you eat too much food? You feel bloated, sluggish, and uncomfortable. The same thing happens when you chase after more money without understanding what you truly need. It can weigh you down, mentally, emotionally, and physically. The key is finding that sweet spot where your needs are met, your desires are fulfilled, and you're not constantly hungry for more. This concept of enough pushes back against the societal norm of always striving for more, bigger, better. In fact, many of us are conditioned to think that more money automatically equals more happiness. But Robin and Dominguez challenge us to think differently. What do you really need to be happy and fulfilled? For some, enough might mean having a modest home, savings for peace of mind, and a job that doesn't dominate their life. For others, it could mean having the ability to travel or pursue hobbies without constantly worrying about finances. The point is, enough is deeply personal. It's not about how much you have compared to others, but about finding that level where you are content. Once you define what enough means to you, it frees you from the never-ending pursuit of more. This shift in mindset is what allows you to step off the treadmill of consumerism and live a life that's aligned with your true values. The beauty of this concept is that it challenges us to stop measuring our worth by what we have or how much we earn. Instead, we start focusing on what truly brings us joy and fulfillment. So take a moment to ask yourself, what does enough look like in my life? When do I feel content? And when do I feel like I'm just chasing more for the sake of it? Now let's talk about one of the most eye-opening concepts from the book, the idea that money equals life energy. This is a powerful way of reframing how we think about the money we earn and spend. Essentially, every time you go to work and earn a paycheck, you're trading a part of your life, your time, energy, and effort for that money. So when you spend that money, you're not just spending dollars, you're spending pieces of your life. Think about this. If you earn $20 an hour at your job, and you want to buy something that costs $100, you're not just paying $100, you're paying 5 hours of your life energy. The authors encourage us to ask, is this purchase really worth 5 hours of my time? Is this worth a piece of my life? This simple question can completely change the way you view spending. Let's break it down a bit more. Imagine that you've spent the last 5 hours of your life working, dealing with the stresses of the job, commuting, sitting through meetings, and now you're thinking about using that money to buy something. Is that thing, whatever it is, a new gadget, an expensive meal, or a piece of clothing, really worth those 5 hours of your life? Would you rather have the thing or the time back? This concept doesn't mean you shouldn't spend money or enjoy the things you buy, but it encourages you to make more conscious decisions about where your money, and by extension, your life energy, is going. It pushes you to think about whether your spending is aligned with your values, your goals, and your sense of fulfillment. Once you start viewing money as life energy, the way you spend, save, and budget will change dramatically. You'll find yourself questioning impulse purchases and reevaluating the things you thought you needed. It's a subtle but profound shift in mindset that helps you make more intentional choices with your finances. After all, if money is just a representation of your life energy, then you want to make sure that every dollar you spend is giving you something truly valuable in return. And this idea of life energy also applies to your financial goals. For example, if your goal is financial independence, where you don't have to work for money anymore, then every dollar you save or invest is a step closer to getting your life energy back. Instead of spending all your life energy on things that don't matter, you're redirecting it toward freedom and autonomy. Let's move on to the fulfillment curve, another key concept from Your Money or Your Life. This is a simple yet powerful way to visualize the relationship between money, spending, and happiness. The fulfillment curve shows that when you spend money on basic needs, things like food, shelter, or clothing, you experience a significant increase in happiness and fulfillment. But after a certain point, the more you spend, the less happiness you get from each additional dollar. Think about it like eating your favorite dessert. The first few bites are amazing, right? But what happens if you keep eating and eating? Eventually you feel full, and if you push it even further, you might start to feel sick. The same concept applies to money. Spending on things that meet your basic needs and bring you comfort brings a lot of fulfillment. But once you've reached a certain level, where your needs and comforts are taken care of, spending more doesn't add to your happiness. In fact, it can start to feel like too much. This is where the concept of enough comes back into play. On the fulfillment curve, the peak of the curve is your personal point of enough. It's the point where you've met your needs and desires, and spending more doesn't actually improve your life. Anything beyond that point is just excess, clutter, financial stress, and wasted life energy. Many of us are conditioned to believe that more is always better, that having more money, more stuff, and more luxuries will make us happier. But the fulfillment curve shows us that this isn't true. After a certain point, accumulating more just adds complexity, clutter, and even anxiety to our lives. Understanding where you fall on the fulfillment curve can help you make better financial decisions. Instead of chasing after more for the sake of it, you can focus on maintaining the balance that brings you true satisfaction. So, take some time to think about where you are on the fulfillment curve. Are you still spending on things that bring you joy and comfort, or are you past the point of enough and accumulating things that no longer serve you? By recognizing your peak, you can stop wasting life energy on things that don't add to your happiness and start directing your money and energy toward what truly matters. Next up is one of the most practical tools in the book: tracking your finances. Now, this isn't your typical budgeting exercise. It's not just about writing down your income and expenses. It's about seeing where every dollar goes and how much life energy each expense represents. Tracking your finances in this way gives you clarity about whether your spending is aligned with your values and goals. The key here is to record every dollar you spend, and then calculate how much life energy each expense costs you. For example, if you earn $20 an hour and you spend $100 on dining out, that meal cost you 5 hours of your life energy. Seeing your expenses in these terms helps you understand where your money is really going and whether those expenses are worth the time and energy they cost you. By tracking your spending in this way, you can start to see patterns. Maybe you're spending more than you realized on things that don't actually bring you joy, or perhaps you're not saving as much as you thought. This awareness gives you the power to make changes and direct your money toward things that truly matter to you. Tracking your finances doesn't have to be complicated, but it's essential if you want to take control of your money and your life. Once you start doing it, you'll see how empowering it is to know exactly where your money and your life energy is going. And from there, you can make conscious choices to align your spending with your values, goals, and dreams. Now let's talk about the ultimate goal of your money or your life: financial independence. Financial independence doesn't necessarily mean being rich, owning a mansion, or never working again. It means having enough income from your savings and investments to cover your living expenses, giving you the freedom to spend your time how you want. Imagine waking up each day and deciding what to do, not because you need to earn money to pay your bills, but because you're financially free. That's what financial independence is all about. It's not about quitting your job tomorrow. It's about building a life where you have choices, the ability to pursue your passions, spend time with loved ones, travel, or just relax, all without worrying about money. To achieve financial independence, your money or your life lays out 3 key strategies: reduce your expenses, save diligently, and invest wisely. Let's break that down. First, reducing your expenses isn't about living in poverty. It's about cutting out unnecessary spending and finding your personal point of enough. The less you spend, the less income you need to cover your living expenses. Second, saving diligently is about directing a portion of your income toward your financial goals, whether that's an emergency fund, a down payment on a home, or retirement savings. The more you save, the more life energy you're storing for the future. Finally, investing wisely means putting your savings to work. Whether it's in the stock market, real estate, or another form of investment, you want to grow your savings so that, over time, your investments generate enough income to cover your living expenses. That's when you achieve true financial independence. Financial independence doesn't happen overnight, but it's a process that builds over time. As you reduce your expenses, save consistently, and let your investments grow, you'll eventually reach the point where your passive income, like interest, dividends, or rental income, covers your living expenses. At that point, you're no longer dependent on a paycheck, and you can live life on your own terms. So what can we learn from your money or your life? First, it challenges us to rethink our relationship with money by recognizing that it represents our life energy. Second, it introduces the idea of enough, helping us find a balance between having what we need and letting go of the constant chase for more. Third, the fulfillment curve reminds us that more spending doesn't always lead to more happiness. There's a point where enough is enough. And finally, by tracking our finances and working toward financial independence, we can regain control over our lives and start living in alignment with our true values. Financial independence isn't about having millions of dollars in the bank. It's about living a life that's fulfilling, meaningful, and aligned with your goals. It's about getting to a place where you're no longer controlled by money, but instead, you're in control of your money and your life. So, the next time you think about your finances, ask yourself, is this spending worth my life energy? How does it fit into the life I truly want to live? If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more simple, friendly financial advice. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.